So I'm going to make capellini with tomatoes and basil. It's very good, and it's so fast. So the first thing I'm going to start with is olive oil. I'm going to use a lot of olive oil, but it's actually going to end up being tossed with the pasta, about a half a cup. I used to make this recipe by marinating the tomatoes for about 6 hours, and then one day I thought, I think I can just sauté them. It'll take 3 minutes. And you know what? It worked. So I'm just going to let that heat up. Got to have lots of garlic, 2 tablespoons of garlic. It's about 6 cloves. Let's give them a big rough chop. You won't believe how fast this recipe is. I'm using capellini because it takes literally 2 minutes to cook in a pot of boiling water. It takes more time to boil the water than it does to make the whole dish. I came up with this recipe because I have so many cherry tomatoes in the garden. And this is a good one. It uses 4 pints of cherry tomatoes. Okay, that's a lot of garlic. That's at least 2 tablespoons, if not more, right into the oil. Just cook it for about 30 seconds. Now I need lots of fresh thyme. I need about 2 teaspoons. I'm just gonna take it right off the stems, right into the pot while the garlic cooks. I do whole borders of thyme, so I always have fresh thyme. One of my favorites. Garlic smells great. Okay, 2 teaspoons of fresh thyme leaves, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of pepper. I want this really well seasoned. Give it a shake. Some red pepper flakes, just a big pinch. Give it a little heat. And 4 pints of cherry tomatoes. And these are just going to cook together for about 5 to 7 minutes while I cook the pasta. Okay, next, lots of fresh herbs. So I'm going to use maybe, I don't know, a big bunch of basil. About 18 leaves, I'm going to julienne them. Tomatoes, basil, always go together. They don't have to be perfectly julienne. That's the thing about this pasta. It's a really simple dish, but each ingredient is just wonderful, and they all go together. Big rough chop of parsley, just a couple of tablespoons. Give it a nice fresh herb flavor. And the tomatoes look like they're perfectly cooked. Just off the heat, I'm going to turn it off so that the herbs stay really bright green. Just going to toss them on. Just give them a little stir so the heat just wilts them, but it doesn't change the flavor. And this Parmesan's going to have a nice salty taste. This is really fast Parmesan cheese, right into the food processor. Lid on. Perfect. Okay, I think the pasta should be done. Just drain the pasta. Ooh. I'm just going to put it right back in with the tomato so it really absorbs all that wonderful oil and flavors and seasoning, and right back in. Now, is that one of the fastest dishes you've ever seen? Just give it a big toss. You want to not crush the tomatoes. It needs one more thing to make it perfect, Parmesan cheese. 1½ cups of Parmesan cheese. All I needed was a few things from the pantry, and lunch is served.